Mr. Brightside, Sweet Caroline, whatever your favorite song is or was at the frat party, the one you were super drunk and belting out with your friends, yeah, it was probably white people music. But what makes something white people music? Is it just the communal element of everyone singing the same thing? No, we need to go deeper. What puts that primal urge in you to look your friend dead in the eyes, piss drunk, and go, if you're asking me, it's a handful of things, and we have to be honest with ourselves to understand them. If we're diving into the concept of white people music as a meme, we also have to dive into the meme that white people don't have rhythm. You let a crowd of white people at a show clap along for more than 8 seconds, it's going off the rails.
At least clap on the right notes. Come on, guys, stop.
In that same vein, any song that has measures to prevent that from happening has a really good chance of being a white people banger. What I'm referring to here is the concept of a melody that guides your ear to the rhythm. A melody that makes it so obvious what the rhythm is that there's no way you're losing track of it on the dance floor. The verses in Mr. Brightside are a great example. Those accented hi-hats kind of match Brandon Flowers' vocal delivery.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all.
And then when you get to that pre-chorus, it drops into a very simple and obvious 4/4 beat to cue you into the
but she's touching his chest now. He takes off her dress now.
It's a rhythmic melody, and while yes, you could argue that every melody is rhythmic, I'm just specifying here that some melodies hand that much more obviously to you than others, and that's what makes white people music. It's the same deal for Sweet Caroline. Why does everyone only know the because the whole song stops to make room for that part. Everyone knows that part and it makes them feel happy and in rhythm, and it's a communal moment. Dancing Queen does a great job of encouraging that audience participation as well, which I would say is another essential piece of the puzzle. Because when you get to that chorus, you have those doubled vocals that are shouty, they're encouraging you to shout. And those strings are subtly right there under that melody, feeding the timing and rhythm of it right to you.
Having the time of your life.
Creates a bit of a cinematic atmosphere where you're looking around like, if I don't sing this, there will be consequences. Now, to expand on that communal feeling and a couple other things that make up a white people banger, I'm gonna throw it to my friend Troy.
Thanks, Sergio. As a fellow Caucasian, I'll take it from here. Now, if we're talking about song structure, one of the most iconic mechanisms used in white people music, or as I like to call it, crackercore, would be the pre-chorus. You can think of the pre-chorus as the literal handshake emoji between the verse and the chorus of songs. It's kind of like a mini bridge, but instead of adding like new narrative information or like a storytelling twist, the pre-chorus is just gonna have some sweet leading melodies, maybe some suspenseful production, and more than likely, a brief instrumental pause before the chorus actually hits. Some pre-choruses are so iconic that they overshadow the entire chorus of the song. Let's do a thought experiment. If I say Vanessa Carlton, 1,000 Miles, you probably think of Terry Crews.
I love this song.
And I need you, ba-na-na-na-na-na, and I miss you, ba-na-na-na-na-na. Need I even say, yeah, that's the pre-chorus of that song. Point proven. Like, they don't even need to be the longest part of the song to be the most memorable. Most pre-choruses are only like 2 to 4 bars. Like in Smells Like Teen Spirit, you get a little bit of that. Believe it or not, that pre-chorus is only 2 to 3 notes as well, building all that tension. But then on the other side, we have the long pre-choruses like Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield.
Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, and the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching
for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Yeah! Staring at the blank page before you, no more. That pre-chorus fills up the entire thing, goddamn. Pivoting over to some lyrical content, as we were doing some research for this video, I kind of found a trend, and maybe you guys in the comments can help us figure this one out, but something about white people music loves a self-deprecating chorus. I mean, just starting off, Loser by Beck.
I'm a loser, so I don't take your
Whoa, dude, relax. It's a catchy song. It's super catchy, but like, dude, I'm not gonna unalive you just because of how much of a loser you are, dude. Or what about Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus? What about Teenage Dirtbag by One Direction? You see what I mean? Very catchy. Very sad, especially with the whole gun school verse in there. Does anybody ever talk about that? Can we just talk about that? I mean, what the fuck, dude? Anyways, to top it off, Creep by Radiohead. Like, I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. I don't belong here, dude. In my humble opinion, one of the most beautiful songs ever written, and also one of the most overperformed songs on every season of The Voice. Put it to rest, Blake. It's done. But you know, maybe this all does go back to Sergio's first point. Community, you know? Relatability in being awful people. I mean, if I am comfortable screaming at the top of my lungs about how much of a weirdo, loser, whack job wannabe, I'm sure there's gonna be people like you who are probably gonna sing it just as loud. Well, Sergio, what do you think, man? Throwing it back to you, bro.
Thank you, man. I mean, at the end of the day, all these songs, they get white people turned because they're relatable and they really guide the listener. The more you feel like you have a say in the energy of a song, the more you'll love it, especially in a party setting. If you like this video, give us some examples down below of your favorite white people music, and maybe check out this video on Troy's channel where we run through an entire Ed Sheeran bracket and pick his best song.